Namaste. Hi everyone, Rachel Radha. This video is for anyone feeling totally out of sorts and not understanding why. Hundreds of comments on my feed are coming through about why do I feel like I'm going nuts. And I'm seeing it in my groups that I'm in, and I'm seeing it at the supermarket. Are you guys feeling this, where it's like, I just don't understand what's going on, but I feel like I'm losing my mind? So you're not alone. And that's what I wanted to address today, is that there is, for those of us that want to think in this way, believe in this way, exist in this way, is this feeling that we're having is a collective feeling. It's not just you and me. And so knowing that is a relief in a way, because it's not something that's necessarily inside of us. It's something that is around us. And without getting crazy into the details, there are things called the Schumann resonance and the frequencies and the vibrations that can be measured that are showing that we are vibrating and our frequencies are at crazy, unusual levels compared to our past, and that you can take that as a sign of conscious awareness that we are expanding as a species as evolution continues to go. You can take it as thinking more like it's a weather pattern passing through. Some people like to think of it that way. You can think of it in terms of mathematics. None of that is not jiving with the rest of it. It all jives together. Like mini temper tantrums that come out of nowhere, or feeling like, what's the point? I'm not getting dressed today. I'm just hanging out. Things that normally come easy for us, exercise maybe, taking care of ourselves. And it hasn't been helped, of course, by COVID. And that's a whole different video on what is universal, what is the creator, what is humans, how much does all of that mix together in creating where we are today. But there is something bigger than us that operates, that keeps everything spinning and working and going in our world. And so to ignore it entirely is taking way too much responsibility on for us as a collective or us as a single person. I just wanted to hop on and validate that this stuff is so real. And for those of us that are ultra sensitive, the mood shifts are more dynamic. And for those of us that are more moody or prone to depression, that's going to become more at the top, confusion. It's also a time where we can get elated for seemingly no reason when we're having a moment that we are totally in sync with our higher selves. So hold on for this roller coaster. I hope you're buckled up, because it's a way to look into it with curiosity and to feel the uncertainty and know that we are here for a seismic shift of awakening. And this is not a new concept. We've been talking about this for years and years and years, and here we are feeling it. So on a human level of getting through our days and our weeks and our months, it would be remiss of me to come on and say, just feel joyful and get with it and do your meditation and life is going to feel good, because that's not what's going to happen right now. So we take what we can and we're very patient with ourselves. One way to end this suffering, I will say, is to stay present, is to stay in this moment of present. Because when you start going back into the past and how we used to feel, how we used to be, how our marriage was, what it was like when we were 20, what the fear is of what it's going to be like when we're 80, looking into the future, being worried about jobs and economics, it's all false information coming in, because we can't go back to the past and we can't predict the future. It just doesn't exist. Too much is happening right now for us to try and control that. And what's causing that pain are the thoughts that we're allowing. And then the thought of tomorrow brings on the emotion, and we start to feel the fear or the angriness. If we go into the past, it could be yesterday, it could be 10 years ago, and we go into thought again, the past and the future are pain points if we allow them to be. So we're going into the past and regretting that. If only I had done this, if only I had gone into that position, if only I hadn't married so-and-so, if only I hadn't been such a mess, right? And none of that is anything but letting our minds rule the show. And if we're going to let our minds rule how we live, we are forever going to be watching reruns or sci-fi movies. And we're giving way too much power to a mind, when if we tap into our infinite intelligence, if we tap into taking a walk where it's quiet and just watching insects and seeing that their organization and their direction and their fortitude is so much more powerful than ours. That the cycles of the sun and the moon and the trees and the growth and the unexpected beauty that comes from all of that doesn't take thought. It takes living, conscious awareness. And that's what we want to get into. Don't let anyone tell you that you can think your way out of these things. You can go inside and tap into who you are. That part of you that when you were 10, 11 months trying to walk, and everyone was trying to make sure you didn't fall, but you knew you needed to fall to learn how to get back up. Trust that part of us. Trust that part of us that wants to try new things, that wants to be a little scared, knowing that once we do something scary, we're gonna feel like rock stars. Be in the present. And we can talk to all of our friends and commiserate about all of the confusion going on right now, or we can allow ourselves a timed moment of 5-10 minutes to do that, and then go into creating our reality through imagination, not through thoughts as far as thinking what it has to be, but curious imagination as to what we're going to do next with our lives. It brings us into the truth of what this life is, which is we're living in a fantastic, unprecedented time. What do we want to do with this time while we're on the planet? Hold on for the ride. Find people that are on the same vibe as you. And if you're in a really low vibration, find people that can help lift you up. But if someone brings you into negative emotion, you can distance yourself. With kindness, just distance yourself. Find what makes you feel good and do more of that. Okay. Peace out. You're not alone. Please let me know if you're feeling off. Please let me know if you feel like it's a perpetual full moon. I want to hear from you, because it's how I learn and how I expand and how I help.